All right, this is to create a Slidein menu. So the idea is if I click on this menu or this icon, there will be another pop-up menu will be sliding in from the left. So what based on the things that I found, the demo that I found on the JQueryMobile website, there's an option called pop-up. So if we click on pop-up, scroll down, there's something here called menu, and when I click, you can see that there's a menu will pop up from the bottom, and it's kind of similar to what we want to achieve, except that ours will be coming in from the left and without any of these tags, just the icon. So if I look at the source, this is something that we can use, and they use a data role pop-up to define the pop-up menu. So all of this content in the pop-up div will come up as a pop-up. Okay, and then on the top here, this is the link. What we have here is a data role pop-up, ID pop-up menu, and the data theme, which is optional. And on the link, you can see that we are linking, or we are calling or triggering this page called pop-up menu, or the ID called pop-up menu. So similar as how we link to different screen on different pages, except that since this data role is pop-up, it will come up as a pop-up. That's it. So all we need is the link to the ID, and make sure that the link has a data relation called pop-up. So based on this, I'm going to go to my project, and first of all, I want to create the content of the pop-up, and I already have some comment here to just indicate which block of codes belongs to what. So in this case, I have block out start page 1 and page 1. So this is for the screen, and this is for the content. So I'm going to create somewhere here within the content page, and I want to use something like this, basically collapsible block. What this will do, if we scroll down, did I click twice? I clicked twice. Undo once. All right. Let's refresh. You can see that I have a collapsible menu here. So this will come up in the pop-up that I'm going to set. So how do I put this in the pop-up? Is by simply creating a div with a data relation called pop-up, and then this data ID, data role, data ID, what do we call it? No, this is just ID. ID equals to pop-up menu. Okay, if I want the theme, I can do so. Otherwise, I can just leave it blank, and then group everything into a div. That's it. And let's organize this a bit. Right, so again, all of this, which is this, now will be inside a pop-up. Save it and then refresh. Once we refresh, since the data relation now becomes a pop-up. No, hold on, it's not data relation. Let's bring back. It's ahref. Sorry, it's data role pop-up. ID pop-up menu data role. It's not data relation. Data role. Let's change that. Alright, so it's basically like this. Instead of content, this will be pop-up. ID data role ID pop-up menu. Alright, that's correct. Okay, so ID can be any name. Just remember that this is what you will refer to. And once you save, you will not see the pop-up here, because the pop-up only happens when you trigger the pop-up. Right, so it's no longer there. So if you want to keep on working on the pop-up design, you might want to change this to something like content, and then you will see it. Otherwise, you won't see it until you click something to trigger. Right, so now with this switch to content, you'll see it. Okay, let's switch back to pop-up. And now the trigger, I'm going to go up to my hamburger menu. The menu is this. It is called, the data icon is bars. All right, so that's fine. So the link, we want to link to our pop-up, which is called pop-up menu. And then the data relation. So now data rel equals to pop-up. And then let's do without any transition and see what happened. Sometimes I have to refresh mine several times because I have the Google Map that will requires this sharing location. Alright, so now when I click, yep, the pop-up will come out without any transition. So if I want to have transition, I can just add the transition here or anywhere within this area href. Mine is data transition. Let's do with the helper because I'm stupid. Data transition slide. So if I put data transition slide, it will slide in. That will slide in from the right. So if I want to come in from the left, I'm going to change this to reverse slide. There you go. What if I want to position this better? Let's say I want it to be like macam halfway in, not totally position here. The position is depending on the location of the trigger. So if the trigger is the menu, the location will start from the menu. But I want to offset it a bit so it will be more to the left. So what I can do is I can go to my pop-up. This is my pop-up. I can add custom styling or inline styling, and I want it to be left. Let's do negative 20 pixel. So it will be minus 20 pixel from where it spawned. Coming in, there you go. Also, I can offset it down if I want to, and change the icon position. So if I want to offset it to down a bit, I'm going to do top. Let's do 20 extra semicolon. There you go. If I want to change the icon, I can do that here. This is under the collectible set. So I'm going to use data icon. Oops, sorry. Data. There are two icons. One when it's collapsed. One is when it expanded. So data collapsible. Collapse icon. And then I want to use arrow pointing to the right. Let's refresh. You can find out what type of icon available in JQueryMobile on their website. You can just Google for JQueryMobile icon, and it will give you several examples of the icons and how to what's the name, so you can use it. Okay, there you go, arrow. And I want it to be on the right, so I can do data position, data icon position. Let's use the helper again because I'm stupid. Oops. It's data icon pause, and then right. Go icon right. So for collapsible, you see we have not changed it. So now we want to change the expanded icon. So we'll do data expanded icon, and I'm going to use arrow down D, arrow down D dash D. I don't know. I'm just assuming that it will be available because right is available. So let's see whether it's there or not. Oh yeah, it's there. If you want to change the width, you can do so here as well. Let's do under the pop-up itself. Style, width. Let's do 200 pixel. Yeah, now it's wider. All right, so the only thing that we don't have is that when we click away, it will slide in. So in this case, we are able to do that probably due to the version of this JQueryMobile. Currently, it's version 1.3. The latest one, I think it's 1.4. Right, but I think it should be okay as long as we have the slide in animation, because when we click on a particular menu, it should change to a different page and the menu will disappear anyway. All right, so that's good.